Good evening, guys. It's Rando Gamer here with the next session of Pokemon Basalt. This is session 7, which finds our trainers still on Route 3, making their way over to Wastery Pinnacle for their first gym. They're still wanting to pick up and kind of grind out a little bit of XP before they get to that gym, but they are taking a more focused approach to it, where they're making their way to the gym and encountering whatever Pokemon are on the way, versus kind of focusing on trying to catch as many as they can. We get a couple evolutions this session, and at least one new Pokemon that they hadn't encountered, which is really exciting, and potentially leading down the path of having to research some evolution stones and that type of stuff. So, really exciting stuff. Um, and it's starting to feel like the trainers have a pretty good shot at their first gem here in the next session or two. But if you like the session, make sure to hit the like button. And if you want to stay up to date with my latest content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But without further ado, here is Pokemon Basalt Session 7.
But thank you guys for joining. This is session 7 of Pokemon Basalt. During our last one, we had picked up towards the tail end of Route 101. You guys had kind of switched gears a little bit to not focus on catching everything and wanted to at least get the first gym done before you kind of grind it out a little bit more. So it was a little bit quicker pace there at the end. You guys had encountered a new trainer at this point. Melody had come up to you guys right about the time whenever Firestarter Jan had shoved Collin into the river, which he got all wet but was able to swim and get back up on shore and everything, where we learned that he was now beginning to record his trials and tribulations and documenting who had screwed him over for future recompense. There was a brief interaction with Eliot, because you guys were deciding if you wanted to slow down and try and get at least the Trico that Collin was really adamant about wanting to get. And Eliot was trying to give him some, hey, maybe try and blend in with the Trico to assist with this, and Collin just wasn't having it. He was basically saying he didn't have the proper supplies for it, and he didn't really want to talk about it, and let's just move on. So you guys had decided to trek on to the way station, which is at that junction of Route 101, Route 2, and Route 3. It's one of those T sort of junctions there. And this is where Eliot started using some of his more out-of-the-box thinking for his Pokemon. He had sent Starly up ahead to kind of give a little bit of a indicator if there's anything going on. And while it couldn't communicate directly, it was able to kind of give a good vibe about the way station, but indicated there was something up in the road ahead. And as you guys got closer, you encountered this Munchlax that was kind of scaly, patches of scales, and had fangs and everything, and seemed to be wigging the fuck out. And it attacked you guys as soon as it saw you, so you guys were able to fight it off, and you realized after Eliot tried to scan it with his Pokedex that this seemed to be a glitch sort of Pokemon, or more accurately, someone was tampering with Pokemon, which Collin recalled that there is a cult that sort of idolizes the 4 dragons that created Elysara, and that they wanted to make as many dragon Pokemon as possible. And it seemed that this may or may not be an attempt to make a dragon Munchlax. Unfortunately, you guys had done too much damage to it, so it had kind of crawled off, and you didn't have enough vitality for anybody to actually catch it. But Collin did end up picking up a dragon scale before you guys moved on. Moving on to the way station, you guys had learned a little bit about the upcoming route. Basically, you had asked if they knew anything about Route 3, which they were able to tell you that there was a Rhyhorn on Route 3, which was a common Pokemon for Sparklestone, the ground-based gym leader up in Wastery Pinnacle uses. The also had informed you that there was this fire ground type with a hump on its back, which both Eliot and Firestarter Jan got a little heated, already beginning to compete of who was going to get this Pokemon before you even encountered it, almost putting the or the chicken before the egg is hatched. Um, you guys had decided to stay the night there at that way station before you had hit the road out onto Route 3. And whether it just be the luck of the draw or what, but Elliot really wanted one of those Rhyhorns, and that was literally one of the first Pokemon you guys encountered on that route. During this battle, though, there was a couple Drillburs that were off to the side that Lissa decided to train Poplio on one-shotting the Drillbur because, you know, a water gun, super effective, and rolled a crit. Just instant kill. Meanwhile, it was a little bit, even with the help of Colin's Cyndaquil, it was a little bit of a battle with the Rhyhorn, just because of how tanky it sort of was. And then not having any Great Balls in the arsenal, at least yet, it did take a little bit before Elliot was able to catch it, but he did manage to pick up the Rhyhorn, which is where we had left off. Any questions or parting shots before we get into it here?
I don't think so. Feels good to start with all of my character sheets in place this time. I did want to ask because we didn't really say for certain, and I don't know how legitimate the catch was for Rhyhorn because I don't have a count of Pokeballs that we had.
As a group, you guys had like 15, I think.
Okay.
Still left at that point. You guys are getting close to the point of like you need to pick up some more, and as you guys have seen with the beginner rank Pokemon, you're starting to get to the point of like you probably need to be using Great Balls, otherwise you're going to start having a really rough time with catching. Because the seal potency on the Great Balls, I think, is 6 dice at the base, whereas you guys are having to almost fully damage a Pokemon to have a decent shot at catching.
Yeah. I'm a fan of corporal punishment before somebody joins my team.
There are other options as far as Pokeballs, but realistically, aside from finding random items, and this is one that I brought up last session, but no one kind of took advantage of it, is you guys can use your Pokemon to find hidden items on the route for like things trainers drop. So there may be Pokeballs that you can encounter on your way up to Wastery Pinnacle. Otherwise, it's waiting until you get into town there to really purchase any of them. On that note, for Zinni, you guys haven't picked up much Zinni since. As I've mentioned before, there are trainers that you can encounter on any given route. You just mentioned that you would like to have a look for one of these, and then we'd roll to see which one you encounter to get at least a decent chunk of Zinni, which may be important for like the contests. So like I don't remember which games had it, but it's like the beauty contests. In order to enter those, you do pay Zinni to enter them. You will win a pot if you get in top 3 placement or whatever, but it is an entry fee essentially for that. Outside of that, it's currently a clear day. You guys are, I would say it's only about like 10 o'clock. You guys have just barely started out on Route 3. If you recall, we had said it's about a day's travel on Route 3 before you hit the junction to Route 102, which goes up into the mountains.
You know for damn sure that Elliot, just fresh out of having like the whole like rivalry with Firestarter Jan, Elliot lets Rhyhorn out of his ball and is gonna mount Rhyhorn to traverse this mountain path.
Perfect. Let me pull up one of these sheets so I have it. go ahead and um, give me a perform, but use both yours and Rhyhorn's score. If you don't have one, I'll just ad lib how this goes, but it's more to kind of flavor text how well it goes with riding him for the first time.
Rhyhorn has 1 perform, but I don't have any, so just
Okay.
1d6.
Yeah, just 1d6.
I'm not saying I hope you fail this, but I hope you fail this for trying to be a show off.
I'm trying to get there faster, asshole.
Yeah, faster, but that doesn't seem to help the rest of
That's a
us.
6.
Nice. Despite despite having beaten this Rhyhorn into submission in order to be able to catch it, it seems to be receptive with you, allowing you to get on at the first try and start riding it. As I described last session, at least Route 3 isn't super steep. It's a fairly level gradient, like it's maybe 1 or 2% gradient at the moment. So like you can tell that you're going uphill, but it's not like super tough. It's kind of like a transitionary period between plains and like rocks. So like where you guys are right now, it's like the dry plain sort of, like there's a little bit more rocky than like where you were on Route 101. But you can tell as you're going to progress on Route 3 that it's going to get a little bit more rockier and a little bit steeper. And especially once you hit Route 102 is whenever it's going to start that incline really escalating.
Okay, I won't get too far ahead, but like, just trying to get a better understanding of like Rhyhorn in general. Like, I'm super pumped about it. Like, obviously another ground type to the team, but still have never seen a Rhyhorn before prior to like 10 minutes ago. So like, gonna be running into like boulders to see how like it crashing through them and like running around circles up and down the rocks and stuff.
I can only imagine a Rhyhorn is not comfortable to sit on top of.
Yeah, I would say it's one of those, as you're doing this, you realize how strong the Pokemon is, especially like the smaller boulders, like it like deletes them on impact. You quickly realize that similar to like a rhinoceros is it doesn't have like the greatest vision, so like its reaction is better whenever you are directing it, but if you're just telling it to go like in a direction, it kind of like will just straight run into things, which works out great that it has this like heavy plated like armor essentially, because then it just destroys them and pulverizes the boulders. But you're like realizing that if you're gonna ride Rhyhorn long term, you're probably gonna want to saddle, because like 15 minutes into this, you're already feeling like the like when you ride a bike, where it's like you got the saddle ass going on, where like you're like, if I keep this up, I'm probably gonna have sores.
I'll wait for Firestarter Jan and Alyssa to catch up, and I'll be like putting small band-aids on like shrapnel scratches on my face.
Firestarter Jan's gonna direct Finnegan to hop up on her shoulder, and she looks at Lissa and says, "We gotta go," and she just takes off running.
Alyssa will just follow as quickly as she can, I guess.
Okay, what are your guys' intentions as you guys are progressing down Route 3 here?
As we catch up to Elliot, where, fuck you. Where are we going?
This might be a little meta. I would like to. So, are there like held items and stuff in this game?
Yes, your Pokemon can hold an item. I think you have some berries that we've identified. I just don't remember which ones you have on you. I feel like there were some orange berries.
I'm just going to assume, because I lost my documentation of it, that Munchmats ate them all.
Okay. But yes, at one point in time, you had like 3 orange berries. I felt like you gave one to one of your Pokemon.
Yeah, I had my team hold them at some point, but
Um, but yes, held items are a thing. As far as what the party has at the moment, if you don't have the count on the berries, the only other item that could potentially be held is the dragon scale that Colin currently has.
I'm gonna be constantly on the lookout for a leaf stone and or soft sand.
Okay.
I realize that those may or may not be easy to come across, but being in this terrain, I feel like it may not be too far out of the equation to maybe find some up here. So I'm gonna be trying to look around for items of interest.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an insight roll.
Could I pull out Drillbur to kind of help search for the sand?
Yeah. If you're having Drillbur work with you, roll it with a +1. So add an extra dice, and you can use either yours or Drillbur's insight.
Insight, okay. We're both the same, but I would think that Drillbur may be better at trying to find it. That is a 5.
Just the one?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, as you guys are going along the route, Drillbur kind of notices like this awkward boulder, and it looks like as you guys get closer that there was a camp here recently. And so as he's kind of like surveying around the boulder there, he's able to find a soft sand as well as a stray Pokeball that looks like that rolled out of whichever trainer's bag this was. So you can add soft
Hell yeah.
sand. I don't remember if this core rulebook has the specifics on it.
Yeah, I mean, because I obviously know what it does in the games, but
Yeah, because there's a slight variation, because I think we ran into it with like the Oranberry it was a slightly different amount.
and then I'm going to let
Yeah, so it says it's a +1 on ground type moves.
okay, I'm just going to let Drillbur hold that.
Okay. And there was one Pokeball there as well, so you can add that into your inventory.
Cool.
All right. What else?
But I think I'm just going to let Drillbur and Rhyhorn just walk like with me.
Okay.
But just kind of looking around and while I'm waiting for the other two to like kind of catch up and do what they're going to do.
Right, what from you, Firestarter Jan?
Firestarter Jan is going to try to catch up to Elliot, but would also like to keep an eye out for signs of that fire type Pokemon she was told about.
Yeah, so you guys would be familiar. I guess meta-wise, you wouldn't know the name. You would know it's a fire ground type. In the document, I just put what it is because meta-wise, I think everybody was already familiar with what Pokemon I was referring to. Your current Pokedex would register that you guys are 20% on at least this part of Route 3. Route 3 is broken into a western and eastern portion as far as like how the Pokedex breaks it out. You know that there are Drillbur and Rhyhorns on this route, and then 3 unidentified Pokemon, one of which you know is the fire ground type. But I'll go ahead and roll to see what ones you guys see here.
It's so windy out here.
So as you guys are making a little bit more progress here, you see another drillber. He's kind of like burrowing in between like several of the different boulders that are there. There's also another rhyhorn that's kind of like on the opposite side of the road, kind of moseying around. It looks like it's kind of like trying to find some like brush to kind of eat. And there's this, it would remind you sort of like Finnegan. Its colorization's a little bit different though. It's a little bit more white and brown, and a very light brown. And it's kind of like hopping playfully between the rocks. So it looks to be like a fox, but as far as you can tell, it doesn't seem to be aligned with any particular typing. If you had to guess, it would be a normal type.
Well, doesn't this look interesting? I think I'll catch it. She pulls out a Pokeball and kisses it and throws it and says, Snorlax, go! Or not Snorlax, fucking Munchlax! One day you'll be a Snorlax!
Okay. Everybody would have also seen these Pokemon, so anybody else looking to partake at this point. And so you know for sure a Drillbur and a Rhyhorn. There is also this, what appears to be a normal type fox-like Pokemon.
I think I will. Jeez. I think I'll wait for right now.
Okay. Anybody assisting Firestarter Jan? Are we letting her do this one on her own?
Remind me what assisting entails?
Well, like you would battle as well to help with catching the Pokemon, whether it be using support moves or also assisting with damaging and then just letting them catch it, sort of thing. Kind of what Collin did with the Rhyhorn, where like he had no intention of catching it, but the big thing is getting to log a victory with whatever Pokemon you put out, without necessarily being a 1v1 with whatever Pokemon you're fighting. So like an opportunity of like, oh, it's hard to win victories with C-Dot because it only knows Bide, so I throw it out, use the support moves, and allow Finnegan to get, or Tub in this case, get the victory, or be the primary in the role, but you're there as well getting...
Okay.
Basically, it's like my way for you guys to do experience share.
Tynamo is, from my understanding, pretty close to ranking up, so I think Tynamo will go send to assist.
Okay. What about you, Lissa?
Well, I'm not going to assist. I'm going to try to get the other Drillbur and hopefully not make that mistake.
Perfect. Let me pull up that Drillbur. What's your guys' dex for whichever Pokemon you're throwing out?
One for Tynamo.
One for Tynamo.
One for Populo.
One for Tub.
Your guys' dex, or not dex, your initiative.
Oh.
Your initiative score should be slightly higher than that, sorry. Your dex goes into it, but it's like dex plus alert, I think. It should be on the right-hand side on your second page.
Populo's is 2.
Oh,
Okay.
2 for Tynamo.
Okay.
Tub is 2.
Sorry, got a couple of these sheets that look... Oh, shit. That one's fast. Alright. Tymano and Tub do a roll-off, unless one of you would rather just defer.
I'm specifically assisting, so I'll let Munchlats go first.
Okay, so for your guys's, the enemy Pokemon will go first here, followed by Tub Tub, and then Timino bringing up the rear, and then we will, kind of like we did last session, we'll rotate between that lineup over to the other one, which will be the Drillbur first, followed by Poplio. Switch up my music and yeah, basically. Our Pokemon Coliseum. Okay. So starting off, the enemy Pokemon is going to start off with a Tail Whip, just based off of it not fully knowing what's going on yet. With 2 successes, if I'm not mistaken, Tail Whip just lowers your attack by 1.
I think it's defense, right?
Is Tail Whip defense? I might have that backwards, yeah. So your defense will be lowered by 1 Tub Tub, which will bring us to Tub Tub.
Hey, Tub Tub. I'm not really sure what this thing is, but let's spark some fire in its heart. Use metronome.
Let's spark some fire in its heart.
Oh, it's also just, you ended up fucking killing the Dragonized Munchlax last session because you did metronome and hit like just below max damage.
Well, we're gonna roll better this time.
Or worse.
Yeah, you need to roll worse.
Is there a specific set of moves that metronome can use, or is it random?
Aesthetically, it is. I think the way it's shown in the games is like it does like the question mark thing and then it hits, so it's kind of like a random effect, which is why its damage varies. But it's dexterity plus perform for your accuracy roll.
Dexterity plus perform. So I've got a 1 in dexterity and I've got a 2 in perform.
Yep, so you'll get to roll 3. Remember, success is 4, 5, or 6.
1, 2. Oh, I need 1 more. I thought I had 1 more out. I got 1 6.
Yep. You only need 1, so go ahead and roll another d6. This is going to determine the power of the move.
Alrighty.
And the way this move is described is the appearance and type of the move are decided by the storyteller. The Pokemon waves its hands with rhythm. The energy around follows the cadence and manifests with an impressive attack.
Okay, so that would be a 4.
Okay, so you're going to roll 4 dice for your attack damage. And that's, once again, 4, 5, or 6.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
Oh, plus your special. So whatever Tub Tub special is. So it's 4 plus Tub Tub special. Which I think is what you got last time, which was like 6 fucking dice.
Yeah, so, like, yeah, it's a special plus a star. What does the star mean?
That's what you rolled the dice for, which was the 4. So you're going to roll your special plus 4. That's how many dice you're rolling.
Oh, okay. So 5 in total.
Okay, yep. So for Tub Tub, his maximum is 7 dice.
That's 46.
Which is why metronome can be like really shitty, or it could be really, really fucking strong.
Right. No. Luckily, I've got dice literally fucking everywhere. Like, I can reach in any direction and grab a set of fucking dice. Okay, so 4, 5. Here we go. Son of a bitch. This is doing damage, right?
Yep. How many successes?
Well, I've got what? So
4, 5, or 6.
4, 5, or 6. I've got 3 successes.
Okay. Luckily for you, after it's this Pokemon's defense, it's only going to take 1 damage.
Damn.
It does look like a well. It's got 2 defense, so
I mean, that's still pretty good.
yeah. It's still looking pretty healthy, but a decent hit on it. Like you can tell, it landed pretty solid. That will bring us to Timino.
Did it take the hit pretty well?
Yeah, I mean, if you had to guess, is like it was a solid chunk, but like not like it's crippling the creature.
One sec.
Oh, you're good. Not that anybody needs to use this as like a deciding factor in what they would like to do, but do remember your Pokeball potency is increased if they have a status condition. So if you're able to paralyze, put it to sleep, burn it, poison it, any of those types of things, that gives you an extra die on it without affecting its happiness or loyalty.
Okay, so before I go into my turn of describing a beautiful tackle, what move did you use with Metronome, Firestarter Jan?
You could describe it, or I will, based off of how Metronome works.
I mean, I don't like.
So, Tough kind of like does like a happy dance, and it like the stomping sort of like shifts some of the rocks, and like some of the pebbles like go in and hit this creature.
Cool. Dynamo! I think you can take another hit. Use tackle!
Perfect. Go ahead and give me that attack roll. Not right, but you guys have seen the
That's
Poke
fine.
Awesome video before, right?
I think so.
Hit him with your bolts of lightning!
Yeah. Alright, so that is 1 success.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll me your damage.
That's 2.
So after resistance, it'll only take 1. But that, or not resistance, it's defense. It'll take 1. But it looks like it's on the verge of going into the yellow. Like it's a little roughed up, but not quite like roughed up. Switching over to the other battle, we will say this is the Drillbur. The Drillbur and this Pokemon happen to be on the same side of the road, so you guys are within proximity of each other, so that you guys could assist each other if needed. Basically, it's a dual battle versus a 2v1, 1v1. It's more of a 3v2 sort of situation. The Drillbur is going to attempt a Mud Slap. With 3 successes, or 4 successes. Is Poplio attempting to clash or dodge? You would need 4 successes.
Popula's gonna do neither.
Okay.
Because I'm not getting 4 successes.
It's 1 damage, and if I'm not mistaken, it will affect your accuracy just a smidgen. Yeah, so your accuracy will be lowered by 1, which means you'll have 1 less dice whenever you do your accuracy roll for your attack. But it is Populio's turn.
All right, so Popula is going to go ahead and try to do pound on the drill burr.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me your accuracy roll -1.
Yeah, pound it good.
How do I figure out how many I roll for that again?
So for pound, it's your strength +2. So in this case, strength +1.
Oh. That would be 1 success.
Go ahead and roll me your damage, which for pound is... Oh, I messed that up. It was Dex plus Brawl, which I think probably would have given you more dice to roll for your accuracy. Strength +2 is your damage, so you can roll that straight.
One success on that as well.
Okay. Kind of similar to how it's going for the other Pokemon there. It's a decent chunk, but like it seems like it would take a couple of these before it's really in danger of fainting. Which will bring us back to the top with this other wild Pokemon. It is now going to attempt a tackle on the Tymnos. That's who hit it last. With 2 successes. Is Tymino dodging or clashing?
I think we'll try to dodge.
Okay. You need 2 successes.
Dodge. The evasion, right?
Your dodge is Dex plus evasion. Yeah, sorry. It's called evasion. That's right. Because there's 2 different evasions on your sheet. There's one all the way on the right, which should be the compiled score, and the other one is where you actually allocate points.
Right. It's 2 fails.
So your Tymino will take 2 minus its whatever its defense is.
Defense is 2, so minimum 1.
Yep. So it'll take 1 damage, which will bring us to Tub Tub.
All right, Tub Tub. That was a solid hit. Super fiery. Let's What does amnesia do?
It increases.
Special defense.
Yeah, I was gonna say it increases Munchlax's special defense. Basically, it's a tank move.
Right.
Is that the only 2 that it knows currently?
No. So it knows scratch, tackle, metronome, and amnesia.
Oh.
We're gonna hit it with a tackle.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me that accuracy.
Which is
Tackle should be, I think, Dex plus Brawl, but I can confirm. Yeah, Dex plus Brawl for your accuracy.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean it's a Munchlax. It shouldn't have a very high Dex.
No, it doesn't. Well, it doesn't have like anything in Brawl.
Well, because Brawl it's one of the skills, so like your skills don't have to have any points in them. So like it just depends on whether or not you allocate it. And since you haven't trained it up to amateur rank, you haven't been able to allocate points aside from whatever its wild nature was.
Well, that only gives me 1 dice to roll, and that was a fail.
Okay. Yeah, Tub Tub goes in. It looks like this little fox creature is just a little wily little thing. And is able to kind of like hop out of the way before Tub Tub's able to connect. That will bring us to Timino.
Okay. We'll try to do one more tackle. Wait. Yeah, I'll do one more tackle.
Okay.
It's 2 fails.
Once again, it's just a little wily little fox little thing here, and hops right out of the way of this little fish. Despite this
Could
fish
I-
carrying the team most of the time.
While Dynamo is going in for a tackle, could I pull out my Pokedex?
Oh, by all means. As you
What-
pull it up,
Okay.
you would confirm that this Pokemon is an Eevee.
Ooh.
Oh,
Specifically,
special
it would give you.
Basalt.
It is the evolution Pokemon. Its height is typically about 0.3 meters or 1 foot. Its weight is around 6 kilograms and 14 pounds. The entry itself reads, this Pokemon is extremely rare to find. Eevee has an unstable genetic makeup that suddenly mutates to fit its environment. Radiation from various stones causes this Pokemon to evolve.
Jen, it's an Eevee!
yeah, I can totally see that. Thanks though. You're so smart.
I just kind of like
Fuck you
the
too.
surprise and alarm of like realizing this and then looking at Firestarter Jan, my expression just slowly goes down. And I'll pass my turn.
Okay. Over to the Drillbur. The Drillbur, having landed that mud slap, is then going to attempt a rapid spin. With 4 successes. Is Poplio just taking this one as well?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you have like no dodge or clash on Poplio?
Well, she would need 4 successes to evade or clash it because of what it had rolled. That's 3 minus whatever Poplio's defense is.
So it would be 1.
Okay, so 1 damage, and that will turn it over to Poplio's turn.
Alright, Popul's gonna go ahead and attempt to do water gun at the Drover.
Okay, go ahead and roll me that accuracy roll. Remember, -1 on the accuracy.
That'd be 2 successes on that one.
Okay, go ahead and roll me your damage. And add an extra dice for the stab and an extra dice for the super effective.
This is what happened last time, is I rolled all these dice and that... God damn, that's 4 successes.
Well, luckily for you, it's only going to take 2 damage
Okay.
because of its special defense. But it is officially in the yellow, borderline red territory.
Okay.
Ooh. That will bring us to the Eevee. It's going to keep focusing on the Timino since nothing else hit it last turn. And it's going to attempt another tackle. That's 2 successes.
Okay, I'm gonna try to evade.
Okay, perfect. You just need 2.
Well, actually, I'm gonna try to clash.
Perfect. You just need 2.
And that's 2.
Okay, both the Timino and the Eevee will take 1 damage. The Eevee is now also in that yellow, borderline red territory.
Okay.
That will bring us to Tub Tub.
So this Eevee's still in the green.
No, this Eevee's in the yellow, borderline red territory.
Ooh.
It is a beginner
Tub-
rank, so at the moment, based off of the Pokeballs that you currently have in your arsenal, you have 5 dice to throw, and you need 4 successes. The only ways to increase how many dice you get to throw are hitting it with a status condition, which I don't know. You might, across your Pokemon, have options there, so it might be beneficial to switch out. I don't remember what all of your Pokemon have. Or praying that you don't kill it and getting it down into the red.
I mean, Finnegan has Tail Whip, and
So
Tynamo has Thunder Wave.
Thunder Wave should paralyze. Let me look. Tail Whip it'll lower the defense, but it won't give you what you're looking for. Thunder Wave paralyzes on a success.
All right,
So-
Tub Tub, I think we need to switch up our plan, and she's going to retract Tub Tub.
Oh, and I forgot to mention this at the top. You guys are beginner ranks. You are able to successfully control 2 Pokemon at a time.
I was
Never
gonna
mind,
ask.
Tub Tub, stay out there. We're going to throw out Tynamo.
Okay. Tymano will not be able to act in this round, but it is out there. What's Tymano's initiative? Is it the same as Eliot's? Which was 2?
It's actually 3.
Okay. So
No,
you,
wrong. It is 2.
2. Okay. Your Tymano will be at the bottom of initiative, but it won't be able to act this round. It's kind of like if you remember in Pokemon games, when you swap out, you basically get hit
Yeah.
for free that turn unless you have some other thing.
Can I also toss out Starly to go assist Poplio?
Yep. Same thing will apply. What's your Starly's initiative score?
2.
Okay, your Starly will now be the bottom of initiative.
Great.
That will bring us. So, is Tub Tub doing anything, or is kind of like taking a defensive posture?
Yeah, Tub Tub for right now is just going to take a defensive posture.
Okay, what about your Tymano, Elliot?
Seeing that I don't want to like crit or like do a solid hit, Tynamo is going to back off and go in for a tackle on Drillbur.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me that accuracy roll.
1 success.
Okay, go ahead and roll me your damage.
2.
With their defense, they're only going to take 1, which is good because it is now in the red on Death's Door or Fate's Door. That will bring us over to the Drillbur, kind of getting hit and caught off guard from this Tymano. It's going to attempt a Mud Slap because that's his bread and butter, but due to the
Tynamo is
levitate,
immune.
it will not land, which will bring us to Poplio.
Yeah, Tynamo is just gonna like float up a little higher. Ha! My Dynamo doesn't have a weakness.
Let's go ahead and throw a Pokeball at the Drillbur.
Okay, because it is in the red, you have 6 dice. You need 4 successes.
That would be 4 successes.
No fuck away. You get after the frustration of having killed, I think, what is it, at least 2, if not 3 Drillburs, you finally get one that doesn't faint from your Poplio. And there was you could see the fear in your eyes when the Tymano came in and fucking sideswiped this Drillbur, but it managed to stay up, and you like get the Pokeball out, and it kind of like just amping up the anxiety. It takes like 2 or 3 like wobbles before it finally clicks, but you do get the click, and you are rewarded with. Let me get you your stats here. So this is page 2 for that particular drill bird. And here's page 1. This drill bird knows Sand Force.
Nice. Stronger in a sandstorm.
Which I think is what your drill bird is as well, isn't it?
Sure is.
You'll also notice your Poplio is starting to glow. We'll get to that once the other combat finishes. Everybody involved, so Tub Tub, both Timonos, Starly, and Poplio can all mark a victory. And that will bring us to the EV. The EV is gonna since Eliot's Timono had gone over to focus the Jolber and it's still in range, but like it's moved away. It is going to turn its attention to the Tub Tub here. It is going to switch gears though and attempt strength on it. That's 2 successes. It's Tub Tub attempting to dodge or evade.
What does dodging use?
That's the evade, so it'd be your evasion score on the right-hand side.
Can we clash?
You could clash.
You might kill it.
The clash is you're going to pick either a physical or a special type move, and that's going to determine your clash score. So it's either special plus clash or dex plus clash.
Okay, so if I just evade it, you said it's dex plus evasion?
Dex plus, it's dex plus evasion.
And how many successes would I need to make?
2.
There's no way. He's just gonna take it.
Okay.
Why can't I find a freaking pencil?
That is 4 successes minus your defense.
Defense is only...
So your defense will be your vitality score.
So that's 2.
Okay, so you'll take 2 damage off of that.
Okay, so what was the total damage there?
After your defense, that would be 2 damage to Tub Tub.
Okay. So, that's going to take him down to 5 HP.
It will now be Tub Tub's turn.
Tub Tub, we don't want to kill this thing, so just make a scary face at it. And that's all Tub Tub's gonna do.
Okay.
I'm confused. I don't know that move.
I was gonna say, are you talking like the actual move scary phase, or?
No, just I'm telling Tub Tub just to like make
Okay.
a scary face at it.
There is a little bit of confusion from Tub Tub, where it's not sure what you mean. Whether it intuitively knows that that is a move that it could learn, or not. Like, it kind of looks back and then kind of like sort of grimaces at the EV. That will bring us to Elliot's time now.
I'm still going to back off. I'm going to be poised to attack on Jan's command.
Okay. So what the benefit of that'll do is I'm going to treat it like the total defense sort of mechanic in Starfinder, where you'll get an extra roll for evasion or clash, or you'll get an extra die in evasion or clash because you're kind of like postured yourself that way. That will bring us to Firestarter Jan's time now.
Animo, now it's your time to shine. You may not be a fire Pokemon and may just be a stupid fish, but you can do this. Thunder Wave!
Okay. Your accuracy for this is Insight plus Nature.
Insight plus nature. Please be something good, you damn fish. Okay. Oh, so it's 2.
Okay, so you got 2. You only need 1.
Oh, I got 2 successes.
Nice. The EV is paralyzed.
Can I throw a Pokeball at it?
You'll have to wait to the top of the round, but yes. That will bring us to Starly. Is Starly doing anything?
Starly is going to use Growl on Eevee.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me your accuracy roll there.
Remind me what that is.
For Growl, it's either tough or cute plus perform.
Okay. That's a fail.
It might be kind of partly because the Eevee's now like paralyzed. It never even made eye contact with the Starly, so like the Growl like comes in, but like the Eevee isn't cognitive enough to even register it, which will bring us to Poplio. Anything from Poplio at this point?
Not at this point, no.
Okay. That will bring us to the top of the round. Firestarter Jan, were you wanting to throw a Pokeball?
Yes.
Okay. You have 6 dice. You will need 4 successes to catch this. Why I'm thinking about it, on your Drillbur that you just caught, Lissa, bump its loyalty and happiness down to just 1.
1, 2, 3. Yeah! That is 4 successes exactly.
Nice. As you kind of like throw this Pokeball out, it beans the Eevee in the head as it's kind of like glitching a little bit from the paralyze. And after a few sort of wobbles, it finally clicks. And you can add this bad boy to your team. This Eevee skill is adaptability, which I don't remember exactly what it is for this particular rule set. I'll find it here in a minute. And here is its core stats.
Hell yeah. Elliot, I saw your thought bubble. It's still just a stupid fish. But that stupid fish
Okay,
did
so
catch
here
me.
is what adaptability does. That will conclude combat, but as I stated earlier, the Poplio has started to sort of glow here. And what it looks like, Lissa, it looks almost like what Collins LaBaby experienced a couple days ago, where like it's kind of like a pulsating glow, and it looks like it's waiting for you to give it approval or not.
Let's just gonna look at her and be like, "It's okay, you can do it."
Well, Lissa, you can mark off evolving a Pokemon. You now have a Brion.
Brione!
So what this
Hell
means
yeah.
is some of your core stats are going to increase. So if you notice, the strength is the same between Popplio and Brione. Your dex, its base didn't change, but your maximum can go up to 4. So none of your base stats changed, but it now can go higher in dex as well as special and insight. Your base HP did increase, so you can mark that your HP is 1 higher than what it currently is. And it gives you access to a different set of move pool. You'll see everybody's Pokepagers will kind of update with this these details. So you now have the Popstar Pokemon. In the wild, each pack has their own songs and dances. Brione practiced them in the moonlight. It is cheerful and not timid at all. It forms friendships easily through dance movements. Everybody can also mark off another victory that was involved, which, if I'm not mistaken, puts Taimino on the door of all.
Yeah, Dynamo is a medium, so I still need 8 more successful battles.
How many battles does Dynamo need? Because now I'm at 7.
No, that was for your Finnegan. Your Taimino now has 9 left to evolve. Elliot, your Taimino just got 2 more victories. You only need 3 more for Taimino to evolve.
I thought you need 15 for that leveling group.
You did. I don't think you've been counting your XP share victories, but I have.
Yeah, because I mean I'm up to 8 now, or for my count.
I can go back through the videos, but I've been tracking them for everybody. So this was current as of last session.
So I'm at 13 then?
Mm-hmm.
So what would my Dynamo's current victories be at then? Because by my count, I'm at 7.
7 victories?
Yeah, in total.
I think I'm 1 short. I'm showing 6 after. Oh, nope. Yeah, 7's accurate.
Okay. And that would give Tub Tub a total of 2 victories then, right?
For Tub Tub, I don't actually know because his evolution isn't based off victories; it's based off of happiness.
Right.
So I'm not tracking his victories as far as because what I'm tracking is how many more victories you need to evolve, not necessarily how many total you have.
Okay.
That way you guys don't miss an evolution during a session.
Speaking of, what was I needing to do to increase Dynamo's, or I guess any Pokemon's rank?
That's the training session. So, for you, Colin, your closest one is Taimino. You need 2 more training sessions to get him up to beginner rank.
Okay. All right. Oh, geez. Congratulations, you two. Let's say you are a little bit of a copycat, but Drilber's great.
Yes, congratulations. That was a very good catch.
Also, Jen, if you're going to treat your Pokemon with disrespect, I'm going to have to battle you right now.
What do you mean disrespect? I've never shown any of my Pokemon disrespect.
You called your Dynamo a stupid fish.
Well, he is, but he won't be forever. I can't see your face right now. I'm writing down shit that I don't know what's going on.
He got pulled
Sorry.
away for just a second.
This is my son's drawing.
Oh, I want to see. Oh, hell yeah, that is so cool.
I was gonna say it reminds me of one
Where
of
is this
the
at?
Attack
Oh,
on.
hell yeah, that's so cool.
It reminds me of one of the Attack on Titan characters. I couldn't name them because I haven't actually watched Attack on Titan, but it just reminds me of the same type of art style.
Yeah.
I was thinking more of like a Fairy Odd Parent because it kind of looks like he has a floaty
That would be a
crown
good
thing.
one too. Friendly
I'm
battles
saying,
are
Jan-
on the table if those are options you guys want to do.
All I'm saying, Jen, it's not gonna become a cooler or better Pokemon if you treat it with disrespect. You're making my Dynamo self-conscious. Look at him. He's just gonna continue floating.
He's floating, and if anything, you could see like the one muscle flexes.
You know what? You're right. Dynamo, I am sorry. You're not a stupid fish. You're the best fish that a fire trainer could have.
Don't sound sincere, but I'll take you at your word.
She sighs.
I'm
walks
watching
over
you. I
to-
have the type advantage.
She sighs, walks over to her Dynamo, and gives it a kiss.
Go ahead and give me a. We'll just go with a cute for this one, specifically Firestarter Jan's cute.
Started Man's cute. Gotcha. Last I checked, she was pretty fucking cute.
How much would Elliot know as a beginner rank trainer about evolution stones? Because I mentioned I wanted to look for a leaf stone, but I don't think Elliot would actually know that that's what C-Dot will eventually need.
Well, maybe. Give me a lore roll.
That's 2 successes in cute DM.
Okay.
Cool.
As you kind of like have this interaction with Timino, you can tell that it seems to respond very well to it. Not quite enough to increase its happiness, but you can tell that repeated efforts of reinforcement might be a method for increasing its happiness and loyalty to you.
That is 1 success, DM.
Okay. Elliot is aware enough that while he wouldn't necessarily remember the particulars of every Pokemon in the region that requires evolution stones, he's aware that certain Pokemon evolve in abnormal ways. In fact, he's familiar enough with Eevee, basically just because it is a Pokemon that has a fairly unstable genetic makeup, that it's one of the common ones that uses different stones or objects in order to cause it to shift. He vaguely remembers a conversation in Gelfast before you guys left about Drakeon and something dragon related in order to get that particular form of evolution, but he doesn't quite remember that. As far as like knowing that C-Dot's specific line will need a leaf stone, he wouldn't necessarily remember, but he knows that evolution stones are important, so that to be on the lookout for them is indeed a thing that he should be doing.
Don't we have a dragon scale?
Yes, you guys do have a dragon scale, or at least Colin has one.
Yes, Colin has a dragon
Now,
scale.
granted, he claimed it, and Firestarter Jan thought it was gross, so she gave it to him.
I don't know how you get a Drakeon but we might be able to do that.
What's a Drakion?
It's like a dragon mutation of Eevee, but
Is that a real thing?
Is this you asking meta or?
I've never seen one before, but I mean, because they were talking about it in Galfast.
Okay, meta-wise, is that a real thing?
No.
Okay.
Not in actual Pokemon. In this campaign,
campaign,
yes. Elliot has seen one. The retired several years back Pokemon champion of the region is from Gelfast and had a Drakion.
Would Firestarter Jan know of other evolutions that Eevee can evolve into?
Give me a lore roll.
Lore roll it is. Where's lore? I found it. I have a 2 in lore.
Okay, so you got 2 dice to roll. You only need 1 success.
I have
to get
1 success.
Okay. You would be familiar enough with at least the evolutions themselves. As far as like how to achieve each of them would be a little bit out of your repertoire, but you would be familiar with Jolteon, Leafeon, Glaceon, Flareon, Vaporeon, Umbreon, Espeon, Sylveon, and while it isn't as common, you have seen the Drakion that lives in Gelfast with the retired Pokemon champion.
You know, Elliot, as great as that sounds, and like you would think as a great fire trainer as I am, I would want this dragon Eevee you're talking about, or even a Flareon, but my heart's pretty dead set on an Umbreon.
Fair. Honestly, fair. They're cool.
They are, aren't they? And like they're super beautiful, and from as far as I know, pretty loyal too. So I feel like that would be a great place to take this Eevee. However, if we can find a way to breed this Eevee, then I'd be more than happy to, take that dragon scale and shove it up its ass and see what happens.
Elliot chokes a little bit. Listen, I need some help here, okay? I'm trying to be helpful, and I really, really just don't want to anymore. Also, meta-wise, DM, do shinies exist in your world?
Yes.
Shiny,
Meta-wise,
Umbreon, shiny, Umbreon.
Well, the Eevee would have needed to be shiny for that, but yes.
Really?
Well, I mean, unless
Cool.
you encounter an Umbreon in the wild, then. But
Oh, right.
otherwise, you need it to be a shiny, whatever it's in its pre-evolution stage. But they do exist. How meta-wise, how that works is when I roll the percentile die, you need a 1 for it to be shiny. And then if you remember, overgrown is the other. It's a 3% chance for a overgrown Pokemon.
Yeah, my Starly is overgrown.
Yeah, you guys have actually gotten 2 overgrown Pokemon. I can't remember who had the other one. I feel like it's Alyssa.
I think it might be me, yeah.
I think you got an overgrown Bonsweet. Yeah, overgrown Bonsweet.
Yeah.
Little chunky boy. All right. What is the group doing at this point? So far, you guys have had decent luck here on round 3.
Firestarter Jan's going to retract all of her Pokemon except for Finnegan.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, I was hoping to find that other fire ground type that was up here, but no sign of it yet.
How close are we to the next town? I don't remember the name of it.
Firestarter Jan licks her finger and sticks it in the air. I'm not sure.
Yeah, if you guys look at the map, you guys have just started on Route 3 heading east. You're about halfway, so it's about midday at this point. So you're about halfway across Route 3, or specifically, you're about halfway to the junction to Route 102. And then if you recall, while 102 is about the same distance as Route 3, because it's uphill, you were kind of told at the way station that it's about 2 days up that route in order to get into Waster Tree Pinnacle. So you're about a day, 2.5 days from the next town.
Okay. Well, I think we just keep moving forward. I think we're gonna pull out Starly and see if we can't find any more Pokemon. But maybe at some point we take a rest. I want to get some training time in, or maybe some more battles for Dynamo.
Agree. I would like to train some Finnegan up a little bit more too.
Perfect.
At this point, are we pretty far away from that rest stop?
You're about a half day's away from the rest stop, but it would be going
that'd be
backwards. I was pulling it up meta-wise on healing. Depending on some of your Pokemon, I think do have healing abilities that you can use outside of combat. Just remember, if they're healing other people, that it's kind of like draining them a little bit. But I think the base one is you heal 1 HP per long rest. It just hasn't been an issue so far because you guys usually are close enough to a town that you can just
Pop into a Poke Center.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna let out Starly. Hold on, my PC is struggling. I'm gonna put out Discord real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
It's that Ryzen CPU. Remember that conversation we were having earlier? This is why I like Intel. So, meta-wise, it's okay if I know Firestarter Jan wouldn't know this, but meta-wise, how do I get a number on?
It's a dust stone.
Okay, so none of this of like training it up at night bullshit.
No, that changed in the core games as well.
It did.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that up until Gen
think
6
it's-
where Sylveon was brought in.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it was Alola, right, where they changed it. Or no, Gen 6, and then Alola is where they made it easier for Sylveon, where it just needed to know a fairy type move versus having to do the Ami, like, love it.
So that would have been like Sun and Moon era, right?
Yeah, Sun and Moon is when they kind of got rid of most of the friendship evolutions.
Okay, that kind of makes me sad because that was one of my favorite things about
Yeah.
Umbreon was leveling it up at night.
Well, and there's still some that haven't. I think they made it easier because of how many fucking evolutions there are, that you didn't have to have like half of them needing friendship, and because Sylveon Sylveon overrides all the other evolutions if you have a fairy type move. So if it has a fairy type move and it levels up, it automatically becomes a Sylveon. So like you have to be careful with like what moves you have, and if you can.
You want to know? Do you know how easy it is to get friendship with your Pokemon? You have it in your first slot. You give it Lucky Bell. You level it up at night. You're getting a fucking Umbreon.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's overly hard, but it's not efficient whenever there's 8 evolutions. So if like you're like me, where you're trying to complete the dex, you could just throw a stone at it, and then you've got that one marked off, and can focus on the other 400 Pokemon that are in the Pokedex.
Oh no, I could probably argue about this all night because getting the evolutions were not hard for me at all.
No, instead they traded off for other ones that are fucking more difficult, because you have like Runagaris, where you had to like get it down to 1 HP and walk to a certain location on the map for it to evolve. And then you have Surfetched, where like you have to get enough crits in battle in order for it to evolve.
So one more quick meta comment and we can get back. I think the most annoying one I've ever dealt with is I had to get on with my 3DS, I had to get on my couch and hang upside down
Oh,
and
for
level this
Malamar?
Pokemon up in order for it to
Yeah,
fucking evolve.
yeah, Inkay to Malamar, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna let out Starly, and try to get an aerial view as we're walking past. I want to try and see if we can discover the other two Pokemon from this route.
Okay.
The camel with the lump, the fire type with the lump, and the other one.
Okay. So what I'll do is I will roll an extra one for this set, so you guys will get 4 Pokemon because you're using Starly.
Starly, go and take a look out and use your keen eye.
Okay. You guys are getting closer to like some of the more rocky area here. But it seems like, at least at the moment, you're not seeing anything new. It's probably just, as you guys are piecing together, that the other 2 Pokemon on this route are a little bit more rare. But you see a couple Eevees kind of playing here in the distance. A Drillbur and another Rhyhorn. And all of them seem to be standard typing, colorization, and sizing for the 4 Pokemon you see at the moment.
Okay. I think I'm good for right now. Eventually, as we keep going down the path, I would like to stop, like, either for the evening and make some food.
Okay.
But I don't think there's anything left in the day I want to do. So whatever Alyssa and Jan want to do.
I will say you guys have, time-wise, probably another grouping of Pokemon that you could encounter. This would get you to like 3-ish in the afternoon. Those are the kind of a Pokemon you've encountered at this point.
Okay. Let's see. So as far as we know, the only new addition to the Eevee roster is the Dragon one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think I'm going to battle an Eevee with Tynamo with the purpose of fainting it, unless if somebody else wants to catch it.
Okay.
Well, didn't you say there were a couple of Eevees?
Yeah, there's 2 Eevees.
Yeah.
Well, I would like Alyssa would like to try to catch one.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll just I'll help you. I just want to get some experience for Tynamo, so you can catch the one that I'm fighting.
Cool.
All right. Wait till she puts her headset on so I can fill her in.
Okay, so while you were gone, I sent out Starly to try to see if we could scope out any other potes, but we ran into a Rhyhorn and a couple of Eevees. I'm just going to battle one, and Lissa's going to try to catch it. Muted.
Okay, well. Firestarter Jan will happily assist.
Okay. So there was 2 Eevees, a Drillbur, and a Rhyhorn. Are you just assisting with the Eevee, or are you interested in any of the other Pokemon?
Which one is Lissa catching?
The Eevee. One of the Eevees.
one of the EVs. Can we be selfish and go for the other EV?
Yeah, you can. Heads or tails?
Tails!
Okay. All right, what are you guys throwing out to fight these Pokemon with?
Dynamo, I choose you.
Perfect. Timino's with a 2, right?
Yes.
Poplio was a 2 as well. Is that who you're throwing? Or Brion?
I'm gonna throw out Drillbur.
Okay. What's your Drillbur's initiative?
It is a 3.
Okay. So for the first EV, it will be EV, Drillbur, then Timino. The other EV, what are you throwing out to fight that EV, Firestarter Jan?
Benny, let's show them why we call ourselves Firestarter Jan.
That one will be EV, then Finnegan. Unless you beat a 5 initiative score.
No, she's Fenny's got a 3.
Okay. The first EV is going to attempt a strength on the Drillbur. That is 0 successes. So this EV you guys caught it off guard, so it hasn't fully adjusted to the grouping here, which will bring us to Drillbur.
Drillbur is going to attempt to scratch the EV.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll me your accuracy roll.
Okay. That'd be 2 successes.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll me your damage.
3 successes.
So that EV will take 1 damage, but a decent chunk at it. That will bring us to Timino.
Dynamo is going to go in for a tackle.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll me your attack roll.
That is 2 fails.
It seems like the EV is managed to adjust at this point, so as the Timino comes in to tackle, it just manages to kind of hop out of the way, just barely. That will bring us to the other EV. That one is going to attempt a tackle on Finnegan. With 2 successes.
I'm gonna attempt to evade.
Okay, you need 2 successes.
I got 3 successes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, as this EV comes in, Finnegan's able to kind of like match its spunk and able to kind of sidestep it as it comes in. That will bring us to Finnegan. You need 2 successes because this would be your second action in the turn.
Finnegan's gonna go for a scratch.
Okay, go ahead and roll me your accuracy.
And how do I determine that?
Oh, you want me to pull up the...
Yeah, because I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, no,
All I know is damage is strength plus 2.
Scratch is Dex plus Brawl for your accuracy.
Okay. And you said I need 2 successes? Come on, you can do it. I've got 3 successes.
Okay, go ahead and roll me your damage.
Alright, so if it's strength plus 2, then I just do my strength plus 2, right?
Yep.
So that would give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Success-wise, that would be 2 successes.
Perfect. It will take 1 damage, but as you can tell from your last encounter with an EV, that's a pretty sizable chunk there. That will bring us to the first EV. It's going to attempt another strength on the drill burr with 2 successes. Is drill burr attempting to evade or clash?
Attempt to clash.
Okay, you need 2 successes.
Now, what do I roll for that again?
It is the evasion score, which is Dex plus evasion.
That would be 3 successes.
Perfect. Both you, the drill burr, and the EV will take 1 damage, but you can tell this has kind of caught the EV off guard. It is borderline yellow. That will bring us to drill burr's turn. Whatever you do this round, you will need 1 additional success in order for it to succeed, because it's your second action in the round.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to scratch again.
Okay.
That is 2 successes.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll me your damage pool.
Yeah. That would be 3 successes.
It will only take 1 damage, but you can tell it is now in the yellow borderline red territory. That will bring us to Timino.
Alright, I think Alyssa's got it from here. Attack the other Eevee!
Okay, go ahead and give me your attack roll.
Okay, that's 2 success.
Perfect, go ahead and give me your damage pool.
2 success.
Perfect. After its defense, it will only take 1, but this one is borderline yellow. That one's going to switch gears, seeing that Timino come in. It's going to attempt to hit Timino with a tackle.
I'm going to try to clash.
Okay. You need 3 successes in order to pull off a clash.
I'm unable to achieve that.
Timino will take 3 minus your defense.
I'll take 1.
Okay.
That puts me on 2.
That will bring us to Finnegan.
We're gonna do another scratch. I'm sorry, remind me of accuracy on that one. I know it was brawl plus what?
Dex.
Dex. That is 2 successes.
Okay, go ahead and roll me your damage pool.
3 plus 2 is 5. That is 2 successes.
Okay, so it'll take 1 damage. It is now yellow, borderline red. And that's the case for both of them. I realized at this point that I haven't asked anybody at all the entire evening. You guys can act multiple times in the round. Did anybody want to act a second or a third time in this round?
It just requires more...
One additional success for each time you act in the round.
I won't act, but I will throw out Drillbur.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just add him to the... What is your Drillbur's initiative?
3.
Okay, so he'll come in after Lissa's Drillbur, if it's relevant. Anybody else doing anything to close out this round?
Also equally send out my Dynamo.
Okay.
Go, you amazing fish.
Okay.
Still, Elliot is still confused whether you're sincere or not.
Rightfully so. Okay, that will bring us to the top of the round. Anybody throwing out a Pokeball at this point?
Not yet.
Okay. The first EV is going to attempt another strength on the Drillbur. Specifically, Lissa's Drillbur. That's 2 successes.
I will go ahead and clash.
Okay.
With 1 success.
Unable to pull off the clash. You kind of go in, but the Eevee's able to sidestep and then come in for the sort of tackle jab. So Drillbur will take 2 minus your defense and damage, which I think is just 1.
Yep.
Which will bring us to Drillbur. You will need 2 successes for whatever Drillbur's doing this round.
Drillbur's gonna attempt another scratch.
Okay.
With 4 successes.
Okay, go ahead and roll me your damage. You will automatically do 1 extra damage because that was a crit. Oh, wait, nope, you needed 2 successes. Just standard, never mind.
That is 2 successes.
Okay. It will only take 1, which is good because it is on death's door. That will bring us to Elliot's Drillbur.
My Drillbur was gonna try to go in for a combination attack. I'm like, no, wait, Drillbur, dig down and bunker down. Just gonna prepare for defense.
Perfect. I assume that's the same case for your time and O.
Yes.
Okay. The other...
Drillbur is gonna dig down a little bit and put like its claws in a defensive like kind of hole where Dynamo is gonna sit.
Perfect. That will bring us to the other Eevee. It is going to attempt another tackle on Fennekin. That is 3 successes.
We are going to attempt an evade.
Okay. You need 3 successes.
If it... Not the 2!
Your Fennekin will take just 1 damage from that tackle.
It's minus defense. Is it still only going to take 1 because she only has 1 in defense?
Yeah, it's a minimum of 1, so that, yeah.
Okay. No worries, no worries.
Which brings us to Fennekin.
Fennekin, we're going to hold it here, but just to spite it, turn around and shake your butt at it.
Tail whip or is this like a scary face?
No, this is like scary.
I was fairly confident because she didn't use the move name, but okay. That brings us to your time now.
All right, you glorious, beautiful fish, Thunder Wave.
Okay, go ahead and roll me your accuracy. Thunder Wave was, I think it was Insight plus Charm.
I thought it was
Insight plus Nature.
Is it Insight plus Nature?
Yep.
I thought it was Vitality plus Nature.
Nope. I don't think any of the moves use Vitality that I'm aware of, or at least none of the ones that you guys have got in your arsenal right now.
I swear to God, that's what you had me do last time.
Definitely not, because I looked at the same piece of paper that I'm looking at right now.
I'm not arguing. I'm just saying what I swear.
The only thing that when I mentioned Vitality, that was what your defense score is. Your Vitality is equal to your defense. I take that's a
that isn't
no on the.
That's a no.
Okay. Anybody acting a second time this round?
I don't think so.
Okay. Anybody throwing a Pokeball?
Yes.
I will take 1.
Okay. We'll go ahead and start with you, Lissa. Your EV is currently in the red, so you have 6 dice. You need 4 successes.
That is 4 successes.
Awesome. You're kind of on a hot streak tonight, or today, as far as in-game goes. You're able to get the EV. This EV knows Runaway. And it has a naive nature. And this is the same case for the one you picked up, Clarissa. All of these EVs are beginner rank. I know it says starter on the sheet there, but they're beginner rank.
Okay. I just kind of naturally assumed that starter was beginner.
Oh no, that's actually a rank below beginner.
Oh, my bad. Okay. I'll change that in a second.
It doesn't matter much for you guys because the stats have already been accounted for, but beginner rank has more stat points than a starter rank one does. All right, over to you, Firestarter Jan.
Okay, how many balls am I throwing?
If you're throwing right now, you have 5 dice. You need 4 successes.
She kisses the Pokeball and does a little twirl and spin as you see fire crackles from underneath her shoes. 1, 2, motherfucker. Only 2.
As you kind of throw it, you can tell that this EV in particular still seems to be in a decent sort of vitality that is able to kind of like swat the Pokeball away. Alyssa, your Pokemon won't be able to act because you threw a Pokeball, and neither will yours, Firestarter Jan. But is there anything you would like to have your Pokemon do, Elliot? So your Drillbur or your Tymino?
Do they keep the shared XP if I retract them?
You would get at least the one from the Eevee that just got captured. They would lose the experience from the other Eevee.
That's fine. I'm going to retract Drillbur and pull out Starly to use Growl.
Okay. The Starly will have to wait until the end of the round, whenever you guys could go a second time.
That's fine.
Because it's slightly dazed, but other than that, which it is end of round now. The Starly can act at this point. It will need 2 successes because it's kind of coming out of a sort of dazed state in the middle of combat.
Okay, that's 2 successes.
Perfect. You're able to pull off the Growl, which, if I'm not mistaken, lowers attack by 1, right?
Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay. That will bring us to the top here with the EV. Before that, Firestarter Jan, are you throwing another Pokeball or are you waiting?
We're gonna wait.
Okay. The Eevee is going to attempt a tackle on the Starly with 1 success.
I'm going to try to evade.
Perfect.
1 success.
Perfect.
And then its attack is down by 1 stage.
You only needed 1 success, so it wasn't going to hit anyways.
Okay, great.
As the Eevee kind of goes to tackle the Starly, it isn't able to connect.
It flaps up a little higher.
Which is impressive for its chunk of nature. Which will bring us to Finnegan.
Finnegan's gonna continue just wiggling its butt at it.
Okay. That'll bring us to your Tymino.
Tamino, I believe in you. You glorious, beautiful fucking fish. Underwave.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll me that accuracy roll.
Oh, that's the wrong thing.
Yeah, insight plus nature.
Do it, do it, do it. I got 1 success.
That's all you needed. The Eevee is paralyzed. That will bring us to Eliot's Pokemon. Are Tymino or Starly doing anything this round?
Tynamo is again going to bunt her down, and Starly is just going to, like, after evading the Eevee before, is now just going to flap closer to its face and I'm going to growl again.
Can you do that one more
Starly
time?
needs 2 successes because it evaded this turn, but other than that,
I got 1 success. It definitely does a, but it you know it didn't look very imposing when it did it, but it still flaps a little higher.
It's not very effective.
that will bring us to the end of the round. Anybody acting twice, or are we just wanting to throw a Pokeball? Okay, go ahead and throw it. You have 6 dice. You need 4 successes.
What's the status condition?
Yeah, the static condition is what got it up to 6 dice. Originally, it would have only
Got
been
you.
5.
Got you. Okay.
She pulls out another Pokeball from her belt clip. She kisses it, and you see fire in her eyes as she throws this Pokeball. And she gets 1, 2, 3. God damn it. 3 successes.
This one, it does like hit the Eevee. It goes in, and after a couple wobbles, it pops back out. So you can tell it's getting close. Head count on how many Pokeballs we have left.
Let's see. So we had marked down that we had 15 before. We had thrown 2, and then Jan has thrown 2, so we should be at 11.
And then
Correct?
Alyssa threw 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you picked up 1. So I think you guys are setting at 12.
Okay.
Okay.
I have it marked now.
Anything from Eliot's Pokemon?
Growl from Starly. Tynamo is still bunkering down.
Okay. Finnegan will act, or the Eevee will act first, trying to hit the Starly. That's 2 successes.
Okay.
Is Starly taking it or trying to evade or clash?
I'm gonna take it to make my growl a bit more effective.
Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, I gotta remember. Let's hold first, because that Eevee was paralyzed.
I think-
And I gotta remember what it is in this one.
Yeah, because like in the games it just reduces speed by half, but I don't know what that does to in the tabletop.
Yeah,
Do you have to like just roll or be fully paralyzed or something, or?
Yeah, I can't remember. Alright, status, conditions, paralysis. The subject loses 2 points of dex and moves at half its speed or can't move at all.
Oh, so it would go to like bottom of initiative then.
Yep. So Starly will go first.
Okay. All right, so that is 1 success.
Okay, so its attack is lowered by 2 now, is what I'm tracking.
Uh-huh.
Let me roll a percentile. Let's see if it was actually able to move. It was, so Starly will take 2 minus its defense and damage. But you can tell the Eevee is definitely struggling at the moment.
I take minimum 1.
Right. Okay, that brings us to the bottom round. Anybody acting twice?
Nope.
Okay. Throwing another Pokeball.
For diddly are.
Okay. You've got 6, you need 4.
One, two. You've got to be kidding me. That's only 3 again.
And similar to last round, the EV is just able to like finagle its way back out of the Pokeball. It does look like it's having a very rough time at the moment between the status condition and everything. Anything from Eliot's Pokemon at this point?
I think at this point it would have to roll max damage in order to do anything. So I think both Starly and Dynamo are going to back off and continue to hold the bunker down.
Okay. The EV is going to attempt to move. It just barely is able to make an attack here. That's 2 successes on the Starly.
Okay. I'm going to try to evade, and I should get a bonus, right?
Yep, since you took it, so you'll have you need only need 1 success, and you have an extra dice to make it happen.
Okay, that is 2 out of 3 successes.
Perfect. Yeah, you can tell the Eevee is moving a little bit more sluggish and just can't quite connect with the Starly at this point. That will bring us back up to the top. Firestarter Jan.
Okay, we're gonna try this one more time. There's 1 success. Fail. Fail. Yeah, there's no way. Nope, there's no way. That was 4 fails and 2 successes.
This one.
I even tried rolling 1 at a time.
This one, it kind of just bats the Pokeball away before it even goes to seal. The Eevee is going to turn its attention back to your Pokemon, seeing as you keep throwing these fucking Pokeballs at it. And it's going to make an attack on the Fennekin. Oh, let me check that it's actually legal to move. Which it just barely is able to fight that off. That's 3 successes.
Nope, it hits me. All of these guys are going in jail.
It will only take 1 damage.
Okay.
Anything from your Pokemon, Elliot?
Same thing. Starly's just gonna fly up higher in the air, just try to give this Eevee a fucking migraine at the very least.
Perfect. Okay, that is the end of the round. Are we going back to the top to throw a Pokeball?
Is it still affected by paralyze?
Yeah, paralysis is a 24-hour status condition.
Oh, is it? Okay. God,
Which means it will be paralyzed whenever you take it. Or if
We
you
have a
take it.
paralyzed heal in our inventory.
Firestarter Jan looks at the party and says, I promise when we get to the next town, I will buy more Pokeballs. She throws another.
Okay. Got 6, you need 4.
1, 2, 3, 4!
There we go. All right, so what I'm showing is you guys got 9 left, but Firestarter Jan, you were able to close it out here and getting this Eevee. I'm not going to drop it in the chat because it's the same exact model that you already have. The difference being is this one is paralyzed.
It has all of the same stats as the last one I caught.
Yep.
Okay, it's got the what was it?
Adaptability.
Same nature and everything? Damn.
Yeah,
And it comes with adaptability? Hell yeah.
Yeah, so meta-wise, I have 2 versions of each Pokemon in each route, instead of making 500 different versions of
Fair,
Pokemon.
fair.
This one will become a Flareon.
Oh, are you committing to making the other one a Dragon type?
Yeah, remember what Firestarter Jan said?
I
That
thought
the
it was
other
a
one
joke
would have
about
a
shoving.
A dragon's tail shoved up its ass.
Yeah,
I mean, we could try it. If it works, great. If not, it's going to become a Flareon.
Alright.
And DM, I hit the magic number 15.
Oh, yeah. You'll see the Timino also start to glow here. And similar to how it kind of happened with the Poplio earlier, it's kind of looking for whether or not you're giving it the approval to proceed.
Just wait 1 second. I'm just gonna throw out collectively my Rhyhorn, Starly, Drillbur, Tynamo, and C-Dot, so we can all be around to see, and then we will all just watch it happen.
And you will see it transform into a slightly bigger fish, more accurately a eel-like creature. I'm pretty sure you're familiar, but for those that aren't,
Yep.
it is now an Elytric. Oh, yep, you beat me to it. Here's all the stuff from the actual core rulebook here.
Cool.
So it is now the Elefish Pokemon. These Pokemon have a really big appetite. When they spot their prey, they coil around it and shock it with their electricity generating organs, which are the yellow circles on its skin. What you'll notice is your strength cap is increased, your dex cap is increased. Or no, dex didn't change. Vitality and special increased, as well as insight. Insight actually increased quite a bit. You can also add 1 HP to your Pokemon there, since it is a higher base for Elytric.
Cool. Oh, you're so neat.
You can also mark off Evolve a Pokemon as one of the things you needed towards Amateur Rank. You should be down to just needing your first badge.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Electric. You're so neat. Listen, Jen. Take a look at this.
It's Firestarter Jan. But that is very cool. I'm super proud of you.
All right. Before,
Did it learn any moves on evolution?
it did not on evolution, but it has the new. It's shown there in that image. The new move pool that it can learn is shown there. Which once you rank it up, so if you remember, training sessions are when you can teach it other moves. So you can use that move pool there. So the difference being is, I think the Timino didn't have access to, what was it, Spark?
Yeah.
So you now have access to Spark. So during your next training session, you could teach it Spark, since your Timino is currently starter rank. And once you get it up to beginner rank, you'll have a few other moves that you can learn as well. So Bind and Charge Beam.
Cool.
And I think with your Timino or your Elytrix insight score, you probably won't have an issue of having to trade out a move. You should be able to just add it, because your insight score determines how many moves your Pokemon can know at any given time.
Cool.
So unlike the Pokemon games, your Pokemon can actually know more than 4 moves, just depending on its insight score. Okay, let's take a quick 5-minute break, and then we'll get into the back end here of Route 3. Currently, it's right around like 3 or 4 in the afternoon, so like I had said earlier, you guys probably have one more grouping of Pokemon if you're just trekking through the route before you guys would be getting up to Route 102.
So, correct me if I'm misunderstanding something. So, when your Pokemon evolve, they don't like learn new moves with that, right? Your moves stay the same. You progress moves by moving that Pokemon up through rank.
Yeah, but you can learn new moves through your training of that rank.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
The real difference is just like in the actual Pokemon games, your move pool may change when you evolve. So like, I think, what is it? The Pikachu is one of the ones where like, if you force a Thunderstone on it before it learns certain moves, it won't be able to access those moves at all, because like you forced it into a new move pool set.
Like,
yeah, and you also lose a lot of speed stats that way too.
Yeah, and like, so he gave the option for both evolutions this session to have the option for approval for the trainer. There are specific reasons why you wouldn't want to. Like, if you would learn a move as the pre-evo versus the other one, you would want to hold off for a few.
Yeah. The other thing too is, I probably should have mentioned this. We could retroactively go back if you guys opt for this. You can do what's called over leveling, where if you choose not to have it level, or to evolve, it can learn a move of a higher tier than it currently is, but it resets your victory count.
Okay.
Which reminds me, Elytric is a oh no, that one doesn't require victories. It's just whenever you use a Thunderstone. Let me look at Brione. So you can keep tracking victories for Elytric, but it won't come into play for evolution status goes. But for Brione, it is a medium, so you'll need 15 victories for it to evolve. But yeah, 5 minutes, meet back, so we'll call it like just after 9:40, so like 9:42, 43, somewhere in that ballpark. Okay, so you guys have about the rest of the afternoon here to finish out Route 3 if you guys are just walking straight through. You guys can also choose to stay on Route 3 longer if you'd like. What I had said is if you guys are just moving through the route, not necessarily looking for anything in particular aside from whatever Pokemon you encounter, we would have one more batch of Pokemon. But before that, is there anything else anybody wanted to do? Searching for items, wanting to have a trainer battle with any randos that you encounter on the route, training Pokemon, I think.
I would like, and maybe we could probably set up camp and like venture a little further out, because I do want to find the other batch of Pokemon, see if we can't see what the mystery one is and the one that we're looking for. But I want to do some training, so I'll kind of wait off to see what the other two want to do.
Okay. What do you got, Firestarter Jan?
I am also down for some training with Finnegan.
And
I would agree, yeah. Some training with one of my Pokemon would be good.
Yeah, so we'll say you guys didn't quite get all the way to the end of the route before you kind of set up camp. Kind of way Elliot described it here is like making the decision that you knew that you weren't going to really leave Route 3 till you found the one that you guys are looking for, and you got close enough that it's not like super far to get to Route 102 on the next day, but maybe set you back like a few hours than what was originally planned. And then you kind of, during the setting up camp, we could either do training sessions then or after you guys have seen what other Pokemon are here. I think we have time for either training sessions or one more batch of Pokemon tonight, as far as like real life. So would we rather do training sessions stand off tonight?
I think so.
Okay.
Because, I mean, my potes are pretty hurt at this point.
Yeah, same.
Okay, we'll go ahead and start off with you, Elliot.
Okay. Listen, I might need your help. Who are you trying to train anybody?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Who are you trying to train?
Oh, I'm gonna train Brione some more.
Oh, perfect. I'm gonna try to electrify any amount of the water that Brione is able to conjure up.
Perfect. Go ahead and give me a special from Electric and your lore roll. You only need one success.
Specifically, I'm trying to train Charge Beam.
Perfect.
Oh wait, I'm not beginner yet.
I think the electric move you can learn at this point is Spark.
Yeah, that works. And then, so I have an insight of 2, so I could, I could learn Spark, but like when I become beginner range, I could replace Tackle with Charge Beam.
Yes.
Or how does? Okay.
Does yours only know one move right now?
Yeah, it only knows Tackle.
Okay, yeah. So right now, yeah, no issue. You should be able, assuming you have a success here, you would be able to add Spark to your move pool. And at beginner rank, you'll also have points that you can allocate. So you might be able to increase your insight at that point. So like, I don't want to tell you for sure that you're going to be limited, but like, you might be able to increase your insight before, because that's what's going to limit you per se.
Is your Brione starter or beginner rank?
Hers is beginner rank.
Yeah.
You could probably train like water, disarming voice, or I'll let you do your own. I was just saying.
Yeah, let's look. Because you have the options of Growl, Baby Doll Eyes, and Disarming Voice as potential moves, as well as Pound and Water Gun, but I think you already know Pound and Water Gun.
I do.
At least in the games, Baby Doll Eyes is like Growl Plus.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is in this game, though.
I think it's, I think it's just a more potent Growl, if I'm not mistaken. Let me pull up the thing in the Bob here. Keep closing documents instead of just leaving them on. Oh, that was not a move that we had. The difference between it and Growl is it's a priority move. So it always goes first. And unless they use a priority move, but semantics. It reduces strength by the same amount, but and it doesn't decrease. I think Growl also specifically decreases the attack damage, whereas Oh no, it's strength as well. Yeah. Oh, and I guess I didn't pay attention to this. It reduces all nearby foes with growl, whereas Baby Doll Eyes is
Is single target but priority.
yeah.
No, yeah, so Elliot is going to ask Alyssa to have Brione create some bubbles and have Electric try to electrify them.
Okay. So the special from your electric and your lore is your dice pool.
How many successes do I need?
You just need one.
And I get one.
Perfect. You only need one more training session to bump him up to beginner rank. And since you were targeting specifically to learn a new move and you have available space, you were able to apply Spark and your available move pool.
Cool.
Lissa, were you using this interaction here as your training session, or did you want to do something separate?
No, I was going to use that as my training session. And could it be possible for me to train to learn Hydro Pump to replace Water Gun?
Let's look at Hydro Pump because it might be too high of a tier. Hydro Pump is a ace rank move, so it is outside of Brionne's available. So whenever you're looking at this, so the white balls, those are starter rank. Red balls,
Okay.
The normal Pokeballs are your beginner rank. Your great balls, those are your amateur rank. The ultra balls are your ace rank. And the red ones, which I don't remember what those are in game, that's your pro rank.
Okay.
The cherished ball.
So of the ones that you're available to learn right now that yours doesn't already know, it's Growl, Baby Doll Eyes, or Disarming Voice.
Okay, can she try to learn the Baby Doll Eyes then during this training session?
Go ahead and give me, I will let you choose which route you want to go, because Baby Doll Eyes is a cute plus allure as far as its accuracy is concerned. So you can pick either cute or allure from Briota's stats, and then your lore score.
That would be 2 successes.
Perfect. So yeah, you're able to add, double check your insight because you might have to trade a move. It's Brionne's current insight score.
2 is what
Okay.
current insight is.
So you can only know 2 moves at any given time right now. So you would have to trade out one of your moves to put in Baby Doll Eyes.
I will trade out Pound.
Okay. And then if you need the information for Baby Doll, and I can pull up Spark for you here in just a sec. Just happen to have Baby Doll Eyes.
I'm already on it.
Okay, perfect. I was gonna say I do appreciate that you downloaded the core rulebook as well, so you have most of it. The only ones that are exceptions are the not actually in the Pokedex Pokemon that I created. Plus, anything after Gen 8 isn't in the core rulebook either, so any of the Gen 9 Pokemon that I have in my Pokedex don't exist here.
I do have a question though, because with the Spark, it says the added effect is roll 3 chance dice to paralyze. So you just roll 3d6, or you need to roll a 3 to.
You're going to roll 3d6, and you need a success out of those 3 to cause paralysis.
Hey, that's pretty likely to paralyze.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. Like some of these things seem to be more effective, like in the games, because like I know Spark has a chance of paralyzing end game, but it's not
10%.
as high.
Yeah.
Whereas this is 33% chance, right? Like,
yeah. And how does stab work?
You get an additional dice in your pool if you're using a stab move, or in your damage pool.
Okay.
So that's why, like, she kept killing all the fucking drill burrs, is because she was getting an extra dice for super effective and an extra dice for stab. So, okay, that will bring us to Firestarter Jan. What were you wanting to do with your training session with Finnegan?
I would like to, because what is the first fire type move that Finnegan can learn? Is it Ember?
Please hold. Yes, it is Ember. It is a beginner rank move. So you'll need to get her up to beginner rank first, but you can start working towards it so that as soon as you get that rank, that move would come into play.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so we're gonna try to get Finnegan to beginner rank then.
Okay. Yeah, I think you need. Looking up my notes here. You need. Oh, if this training session is successful, she will go up to beginner rank.
Awesome. What do I need to do?
Describe it first, and then what I'll have you roll is your special plus your lore score. And specifically Finnegan's special and your lore score.
Okay. So, Firestarter Jan's just like, is there like we're kind of stopped at? Is there at least like a decent like open small field that she can take Finnegan out to?
Yeah. So where you guys are at it's more rocky. So like which kind of benefits you with your trying to attempt fire moves. Because you guys were in more of a dry plain for most of the day, and it's kind of started to transition into like that arid, rocky uphill. So like there's still some like small brush, but it's fairly open, which is why there's as windy as it is there's nothing really blocking the wind right now. But there's plenty of space off the like main route itself where you could avoid a forest fire.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think. I lost my train of thought. So Firestarter Jan's gonna kind of do the same that thing that she's been doing, just trying to like show her version of Ember. Like, would you say with like our camping supplies, there's like fire starter fluid, so we can start our own little campfire, or would that be too far fetched?
I wouldn't say it's too far fetched. You guys have a stove.
Yeah, we have a camp stove, so I would assume that we have like kindling or something.
Okay. So Firestarter Jan's still like using her train of thought of like she has to almost like trick Finnegan into knowing how to do this move. She's gonna take some of the kindling and get super close to it and have Finnegan like down with her as they're like almost like face to face with this little kindling, and then she's gonna light a fire and watch it glowing start burning. She goes, Finnegan, it is time for us to be Firestarter Jan and Firestarter Finny. You can do this. Just reach deep inside of yourself. Find the fire. And she's just like kind of slowly starting small fires in this little field to try to coax her into it.
Perfect. Okay, go get me that your dice pool.
Okay, so you said it was Firestarter Jan's lore plus Finnegan's what?
Special.
Okay, so my lore is 2. And Finnegan's special. I can read. Promising. Is 2. So 4 dice in total?
Yep.
Okay. That is 3 successes.
Perfect. So this is a successful training session. So you can go ahead. What's her insight score?
Finnegan's insight score is... Wait, mine or Finnegan's?
Finnegan's.
Insight is 2.
Okay, so you can only know 2 moves, so you're going to have to pick. Well, I guess it depends on where you allocate points first. So with her going up to beginner rank, you're going to get to add 2 points into your attributes, which are those scores there: strength, dex, insight, vitality. So you have 2 that you can add to those.
Okay.
Your insight score determines how many moves you can know. So if you don't increase your insight score, you're going to have to replace one of the moves Finnegan currently knows to add Ember. Otherwise, you could just straight add it. So if you increase your insight, you could just straight add it. You got 2 points to put towards your social attributes, which are the rainbow boxes. And then you have 4 skill points, which are the smaller boxes. Remember, skill points can't be higher than your current rank, so the highest you can have in any of your skills is 2.
Okay, and skills is like Brawl and Channel and Clash and whatnot?
Yep.
Okay, and then, so there's 2 there, and then the colored ones like the tough, cool, beauty, cute, how many there?
2.
2. So 2 in each, okay.
Well, you have 4 skill points. That's your Channel, Brawl, Evasion. Those ones you have 4. But you can't put more than 2 in any given
Okay.
skill.
And then 2 in the rainbow ones.
Yep.
Okay.
But otherwise, she's able to learn Ember and...
Yeah, I put 1 in insight.
Perfect.
What are... What are the things for Ember?
Oh, shit. For Ember, you have a burn chance with Ember. Not a super high because it's a 1 dice roll, so it's a, I guess it's a 50-50 chance, I guess.
Okay.
All right. So where we're at, you guys would have another grouping of Pokemon that you could encounter. We're not going to do it tonight. Is there anything else you want to do as you've set up camp to close out, or are we comfortable with ending here for the evening?
I think I'm fine with closing out right now, but I think we can probably. I think Elliot, after the successful training session, is going to ignite the flame for the campfire by having electric smack it with a spark.
Perfect.
Having to like clean up like all the stock that spilled from the pot, and as a result. But Elliot will begin cooking dinner in preparation for the next session.
Perfect. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining me for session 7 of Pokerole.